You keep telling yourself you're lazy, but what if the truth is you're just exhausted? And that difference changes everything. Welcome to the Healthy, Wealthy, Wise Artist podcast, where artists of all kinds come to fuel their passion, sharpen their skills, and thrive in their creative lives. I'm your host, Lara Bianca-Pilcher, life and creativity coach and fellow artist, here to support you on your artistic journey. Whether you're a performer, writer, visual artist, or any kind of artist, this is the space for real talk, practical advice, and inspiring stories. Subscribe and join us each week for more inspiration and actionable insights to fuel your artistry. Let's dive in and get inspired. Welcome to the Healthy, Wealthy, Wise Artist podcast. I'm your host, Lara Bianca-Pilcher, life and creativity coach, performer, author, fellow artist. Today we're digging into one of the most common lies artists tell themselves. I'm not doing enough because I'm lazy. You may even be saying it subconsciously, not aware of it at all. If you've ever felt discouraged, unseen, or like the effort never balances the reward that you're putting in, the effort as an artist for the reward that you're getting, well, you're not alone. And this conversation matters because labeling exhaustion as laziness not only crushes your confidence, but it keeps you from healing the real problem. I've coached countless dancers, actors, writers, singers, filmmakers, visual artists who come to me with shame in their voices, and they don't quite identify that's what they're feeling. They whisper things like, I just can't get myself to paint, or I should be writing but I scroll instead. Other people hustle harder than me. I must just be lazy and I can't seem to find the motivation, these sorts of things. Maybe you've said those same things, and the story behind them almost always sounds like this. You've been pushing through your day job, maybe parenting or late nights and emotional stress for months, maybe studies, maybe years you've been pushing. Depending on your art form, maybe you've shown up for auditions or rehearsals or blank pages, even when nobody seems to notice and you feel like nobody cares. And somewhere along the way, your body and your brain finally say, enough. Now, here's what I want you to learn. That isn't laziness. That's fatigue, a nervous system that's been in overdrive. An artist carrying more than most people will ever see. And I know this journey so well. I'm talking decades of experiencing what it's like to show up for my art, and majority of the time get that feeling of I'm not really being seen, or 90% of the things I'm going for are being rejected. And that is so often the reality that artists are living in. And I too have lived this journey. So before you call yourself lazy, let yourself realize that you're fatigued, and it's completely justified. Let's look at the science and what it tells us, because exhaustion mimics procrastination. It might surprise you, but it does. Studies in psychology show that when your body is depleted, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that helps with focus and planning, goes offline. It looks like avoidance, but it's actually biology. And I really believe that artists are more prone to burnout because of our work being so identity-based. And what I mean by that is a dancer doesn't just do dance. They are the dancer. You know what I mean? An actor doesn't just act. They are the tool, the facility, their body, their mind, their heart, their emotions. Apply that into your artistic medium. So when exhaustion sets in, it feels deeply personal, like a character flaw, rather than what it really is, a psychological and emotional limit being crossed. So recovery builds capacity, and this is why coaching frameworks emphasize that rest is not, inverted commas, taking away from your artistic practice. It's creating the conditions for creativity to return. Like muscle fibers, after training, art grows stronger after cycles of rest and repair. So right now, as I'm talking to you, I'm in a little bit of an artistic rest couple of weeks, and I've set myself that because right before this, I was pushing extremely hard. Probably 90% of the things I go for and the applications I send in or the emails I pitch to go complete, maybe even 95, maybe even 98%. Very few, like I think I might have sent about 50 emails in the last month before I went into this rest cycle, and I probably got 2 responses. That is normal. That is a saturated world. I have learnt that that doesn't mean that I don't matter. I have learnt to separate it, but I've also learnt that that effort isn't always matched with reward, and that can cause fatigue. So I say, okay, now I'm in a couple of weeks of disengaging from that huge effort to allow myself to rest, to allow creativity to come back in so that I can go again. And that's why I'm still showing up. After so many years, one of the reasons that I believe that I can keep showing up. I have written a framework for this. It's coming out in my book, February 2026. It launches in the month of February 20th. I think it's the 24th that it actually comes out. And I can't wait to share that with you. But until then, it's not a character flaw. It is a psychological and emotional limit being crossed. So, like I was saying, coaching frameworks emphasize that rest is not taking away from your practice, but it's giving you, like muscle fibers, the conditions for creativity to return. And art will grow stronger after cycles of rest and repair. So I'm saying to you, do you know if you're in a rest or repair cycle? Do you know how to live within those cycles? Because this could make or break you long term. So when you tell yourself, I'm lazy, you're misdiagnosing the problem. And misdiagnosis always leads to mistreatment. If this is hitting home, I created a free guide just for you called Stuck in a Creative Rut. It walks you through 3 powerful steps to reignite your momentum when exhaustion and discouragement take over. Grab it at my website, larabiancapilcher.com/freebie. It's totally free and it'll give you the boost, and it's free. So you get some coaching work that you can do on your own. And if you've got that already and you want to go deeper, I have the smallest little mini course, 7 days to reignite your creativity. It's only $37. This is really worth probably $450. But while I've got it up and started, it's new, it's come out, I'm just doing it at that price. I don't know how long for, but you can grab it anytime at my Stan store. So just go to the link in my Instagram or go to larabiancapilcher.com and you can go to the courses page there. So let's reframe this together. Reframe is a coaching word for going, hey, you're thinking about it this way, let's flip that or try something else. Let's change the way you're thinking. So here's the reframe. You are not laziness. You are not lazy. Laziness is a choice to not care. Exhaustion is a signal that you've been caring so much for so long that your system, your body needs restoration. Think about it. Athletes build recovery days into their training because they know constant exertion, that's effort, can lead to injury. Yet it can also lead to strength. But for the sake of the metaphor, this is true. If you're pushing and you're pushing and you're pushing past tension, That tension is what's causing the stress, and that tension needs time to, as my husband would do as a physical therapist, release that tension so you can continue to be strong, so that you can continue to do the thing you're doing. Strength is different to unhealthy tension, and he would explain that way better than me, but for the sake of the metaphor, I'm doing my best. So constant exertion leads to injury. Yet as artists, we expect ourselves to sprint endlessly without rest. No wonder so many of us collapse into guilt and shame, and there's so much out of our control. Here's the reality here. Rest is not the opposite of discipline. It's actually part of discipline. When you recover well, you create well. When you restore your energy, your identity as an artist becomes sustainable instead of fragile. Back to that athlete metaphor where maybe they finish their training for that day and they don't just snap out of it. They might take some electrolytes after. They might stop the sprint and just walk to allow the body to cool down. They might do some stretching. Then they might have a rest day the day after. There is so much more to the way that we can do life as an artist to do this cycle better. So as always, I'm giving you a little creative spark challenge. This week, instead of asking, why am I so lazy? What is wrong with me? Ask, what kind of rest would actually restore me? Then give yourself permission to try one form of it, whether it's taking a nap or a walk or a dance class just for fun, or maybe it's health related like electrolytes, or leaving the page blank for a day. If you have been doing nothing at all for weeks, maybe recognizing why you're in that place of nothing, doing some journaling and some work. And of course, this is where I come in. If you really have no idea and you're stuck and you're not quite sure what's going on for you, I am an ICF, International Coaching Federation professional certified coach, and I am trained to work with you to unlock that and help you move forward. You can do that at laurabiancapilcher.com. It's an investment in yourself. Just head to coaching there and book a session. If this podcast is helping you, I know I've got regular listeners all around the world. I just had a look this week. I was so excited to see America, Australia, Europe, it's so exciting, UK. So thanks for listening. I would love for you to jump on the platform you're on and leave a 5-star review. It's helpful to me and to the algorithm to get this out. Share this with a friend, with an artist. The more listeners, the more things. Unfortunately, that's the system of podcasting. We are ranked according to your feedback. Your feedback is valuable to me. Thanks for listening to this episode of Healthy, Wealthy, Wise Artist. The takeaway is that exhaustion is not laziness. It's actually feedback. And honoring that feedback will keep your creativity alive for the long haul. Next week, we're going to be talking about what artists get wrong about discipline. And I promise it's not what you think. Make sure that you're following Healthy, Wealthy, Wise Artist. You can hit subscribe on the platform you're on so that you don't miss it. And remember, you can grab your free guide, Stuck in a Creative Rut, right now at laurabiancapilcher.com/freebie. You're not behind, my friend. You're not lazy. You're probably just fatigued. You're still an artist. I'm with you on the journey. Until next week, bye for now. Thank you for tuning in to the Healthy, Wealthy, Wise Artist podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe so you'll never miss an inspiring conversation or actionable insight. You can read the show notes and learn more at laurabiancapilcher.com. And be sure to share this episode with fellow artists who could use a little extra inspiration. Until next time, keep creating, stay audacious, and remember, your artistry matters.